everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am planning in my planner and we are catching up on this week because I didn't realise that I hadn't done it yet. And I am featuring a kit from Planner Goddess Studios, which is an Australian store. They have, I believe they might not have an Etsy anymore, but they do have a standalone store and I will link that below. I'm just such a fan of their stickers. They're just really nice. They're really colourful, bright, vibrant, and they just have like a really nice feel to them. I think that their kits are about $20-ish. I'll have the price linked below, but I decided to use this kit because although it is more of a NFL gridiron kind of a kit based on this picture here, it's football season in Melbourne and footy's back. So I thought, why not use this kit in order to celebrate? So sit back, get a drink and enjoy the video. Okay, so we have this kit here. In this kit we get 8 full boxes. We have 2 that are belonging together. Then we have these quarter boxes down here. We get our washi tape with another full box and our date cover sheets along with the weekend banner. We get a check box. These are the check boxes and we get 7 of them, plus we get one for the sidebar, functional, plus habit trackers, our date dots, which I love it when kits come with date dots, along with some words and some washi, another full box and just some extra stickers. And then we have our labels. I do not understand why kits do not come with these anymore. It drives me absolutely bonkers that we don't at least get a set of 7 to-do words. Every week we're going to have something to do in our planners. So for me, having this included in my kit is life-changing because most sticker stores have now removed them. And I get, like, not everybody wants, for me personally, I never use the little things. The only time I ever use the little things labels is literally because there's no other labels that I can use. But the to-do and the todays I always use. I like having them to separate my weeks. So any kits that come with those I'm more likely to purchase than kits that don't come with them at all. Some stores do offer you the ability to purchase them separately. Also not a fan of that because I like it when the font fits in with everything else, when the colours fit in with everything else. So buying them separately isn't always the most convenient thing, but I mean it is what it is. But I do think that every single sticker kit, if you're buying a kit, should come at least with 7 to-dos as a standard. But let's get into doing this week. So what I might start with is the dates, because I always usually put the date covers on and forget the date dots, and then I've got to go back and figure out what date belongs where. So how have you guys been? I hope you've all been well. We've been well in this family, just busy. It's amazing how quickly time flies, and it's already, the 21st of March as I'm recording this. Well, we're about to go into April. I just can't believe that we're already almost 4 months into this year. We've had a hell of a time though. January was just really busy and the excitement of a new year, and then February we got sick in this family, and then March was my husband's 40th. He got bitten by a spider. It's been a time, but looks like we're going into April all very well, and hopefully we can have a redo. I saw a meme today which was one of those ones that is January, February and March were all trial months. My year starts in April and I couldn't agree more. My year is going to start in April. So we're just going to stick these down. I like how opaque these are as well. Sometimes I find I do need to go underneath with a whiteout, but I find with Planner Goddess Studios, generally her date covers are pretty opaque, so I don't have to have whiteout underneath unless I want to. Easter's in March this year. Do you guys have plans? I don't really have plans so much. I think I'll be seeing family on the Saturday. A Sunday I'll spend it at home with my boys, seeing what the Easter Bunny got them. Hopefully they've been good enough to actually have the Easter Bunny come. But no, it's not normally pretty quiet here for Easter. I generally do some Easter cooking. So I tend to make some cinnamon scrolls. That's our Easter tradition. Sorry, you're not in frame. Let me go up. There we go. I just stuck on that bit of washi there. Yeah, so as I was saying, I tend to make some cinnamon scrolls and just do some wintry kind of desserty foods for us for Easter. I just am looking forward to, if you're watching from overseas or from another state, on Good Friday we have what's called the Good Friday Appeal in Victoria, and the Good Friday Appeal is where we raise money as a state for our children's hospital, and it is a fabulous cause. So we tend to watch that on TV because they will put that on, and they'll have hosts and people ringing in to donate money and everything like that. Just a tradition that we have to watch the Good Friday Appeal on Good Friday. So now I'm just going to take this spare sticker here because I like it, and so I usually put 7 across here and 1 up the top. So as I said, because they're quite opaque, I'm not going to put any white out over that. If they weren't this opaque, if it wasn't this opaque, I would put the white out, but I don't need to in this case. And then what will I do? Can't do the weekend banner. When the weekend banner's a little bit small, like what this one is, I like weekend banners that take up the whole thing. I tend to put the weekend on the header section just because I never use headers. I tend to put headers where I need them, not where the planner tells me to. It's the one bad thing about Erin Condren planners. However, I love an Erin Condren planner. It is my favourite. I had Erin Condren planners for 8 years now, and I just keep going back to it. I did start out with a Happy Planner, and I do like the Happy Planners, but the Happy Planner box is just way too big for what I need it for. I don't have that many plans in a day that I need to record. So with these, I get the benefit of decorating as I want and putting in space where I need it versus decorating it overboard, trying to fill in space because I don't have any plans to fill it in. So that's why I tend to always go back to Erin Condren. They're expensive, shipping is expensive, but I like it. And the only thing I don't like is just that it tells you where to put a heading. And since they changed up the layout, when I first started, it had the colours everywhere, or it was proper divided. I think there's one that I've got that it's black here. Some you can get that are proper coloured and stuff. And I do like the one that just has the line. It's a lot easier to hide that particular space because you can put something just on top of that line, or put your sticker ending here, put one starting here. It's a lot easier to still incorporate all the space without it looking funky. So weekend banner is on. Now what I'll do is plan out my to-dos. So we have 8 of these, and they come in the colour tones. So I need 4 because I use the to-dos to mark my son's childcare. And what colours? I'll start off here because I don't like having the same colours under it. When I first got into planners, some people I was watching, they had to stick with the particular tones. So for example, on the Monday, they'd only have burgundy stuff, and on a Tuesday, they'd only have green and things like that. That kind of planning wasn't for me. I don't like it being too sporadic, but I like to have a variety. So I'm just going to chuck these in. Normally, I do put the full boxes in first, but hey, let's spice it up a little bit and go outside the box. Why not just chuck them over all of these? This is the other way that I kind of hide those lines, is just to put my header stickers over them. And the other thing that people used to do with the planning, they might still, I just don't watch their channels anymore, is that they had to match that up. So all of the to-dos had to be here, all of the todays had to be here, all of the little things had to be here. And if that's how you like to plan, more power to you. You do you. It's your planner. But for me, it took me a while to develop my own style. I tended to do trial and error. I would see something, try it and see if I liked it myself, and if I didn't like it, then I'd move on to something else. And now I've kind of just found my groove. I can plan out a week in like a couple of seconds really because it's so repetitive. So sometimes, because I do get pretty stagnant in what I like to do, what I tend to do is to change it up. I'll see if I've got a pre-planned one. So I've got this one, for example, because I am on my maternity leave. I have pre-planned a lot because I don't have time to necessarily sit down and do this at my leisure. So if it's already pre-done, I can come in here, fill it in on the day, fill it in like what I've been doing at the end of the week, trying to remember what I've been doing, but it's also helpful for when I go back to work. But I tend to go always like a bit sporadic. It's a bit here, there and everywhere. And then sometimes if I find that it's a bit too funky, what I'll do is I'll do like just a standard. Everything is in a certain order, so I'll do the full boxes all together. Let us know if you guys do support the footballs. By football, I am talking about AFL. I do know that people do call soccer football. I call it soccer because I am a Victorian. So although I am a Victorian, I do support a Queensland team. So I do support the Brisbane Lions. They were a Victorian team. They were the Fitzroy Lions. And then they merged in 96 with the Brisbane Bears. Not that you needed the history of it, but this is why I'm a Victorian supporting a interstate team. Okay, so we have those. I feel like I'm missing one. I am. I'm missing Saturday. Alright, cool. So what I want to do is I actually want to put this here and it will just fit. That's great. Perfect. So that leaves me with this full box plus a full box on one of the other spare sheets. And then I have these quarter boxes that I can use. But that's generally going to be the layout. And because we are already up to Thursday, if I can remember, I should be able to properly plan out this week. Because most of it has already happened. Just going to grab these for marking childcare. I am a whitespace planner as well, as you can see. I did try doing it all in a row. This is not straight, but doing it all in a row, everything under one another, it was just too much for my eye. I like having that bit of a break, and also it does take up more room. I suppose if you've got 15,000 plans and you need to write everything down, then definitely go for it. But for me, it was just a little bit too much. What I wanted to do with these washi strips, I never use them. So for me, when kits come with this, I end up throwing them out, or I will keep them because I like the colour, but I never use them. So this is where I prefer to have just one row of strips, for example, one row of to-dos. Do 2 glitters, to-dos and todays. That would be the perfect kit for me. But what I want to do is, I don't like to be wasteful, and I think that this kit could have more burgundy brought in. So I'm going to go grab these ones here, and I'm going to try to put them at the bottoms or the tops of the full boxes. Okay, so in Saturday, I can't really fit it in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this one to the side, and if on Saturday I need a bit of space filled, I'll come back and I'll use that one. So I will, what do I have? I have, right, so I'll do today's. I guess this is a good example. So this is how people used to plan. As I said, they still might. It used to be all colour coded. So this one had to be all pinks, or let's say this, it had to be all purples. Then it would be all greens, all maroons. And it did look really nice. As I said, I did trial it. I just didn't like it. So let's do today here. As I said, I do like to be very sporadic in my placement, just because, I don't know, I just find that it's, once again, we are not straight, so here is not straight. And pink here. So if you're wondering why I've done this particular placement that I have it to do up here and it's in pink, I'm not going to want to put a banner up here or a header up here because it would be too matchy for me. So I'm going to put it down anywhere else on the page. Because this is here in the middle, I'm not going to want to put one here. This is okay because it is on the top of that line rather than it being equal with that one. Same kind of thing here, there's the difference. So where I put those today strips, I am going to grab big boxes. Okay, so we have all three but maroon. Then we have all three, 1, 2, 3. I've got all 4 here, so I'll come back to that section. So I don't have it to do today here. I was missing one. So although I've got the Wednesday being the purple, no, I'll do green. I was going to put the today being purple, but then I'd have a purple today, a purple to do, a purple today. It was just too much. So I'm going to do matchy matchy here because it is the best thing to do to break up all of the colour. You can be pink. Okay, so I have this line here. If I put this here, I've got to find something to put there. Because I've already used a washi strip there, it's going to be a lot harder to figure out what to put in that tiny spot. So what I tend to do is add in some white space and bring this label down. And then what I'll do there, purple, and I might do, you are going to have to be maroon and you can be green. Cool. Cool. This little spot here, as I said before, so you only get 6 washi strips, you don't get 7. So that's where I thought I had counted every page, but I hadn't. So I'm just going to put that there just to fill in that space because for me it's too small to actually put anything significant. Then what I'm going to do is check boxes. So I'm not a fan of checkboxes. If I am using a checkbox, I'm using a 3 checkbox. If I was to use one of these checkboxes, I would literally just have the full box, the checkbox, a to-do sticker, and that's it because I don't need to do that much stuff in my day. So I don't tend to use them. If I'm going to use them, I'm going to use them in my sidebar to capture a weekly task that I need to do. However, there's some exceptions to that rule for me. So if I find that I've got a big space here, specifically this space here on Friday. Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays are busy because I've got both boys and family stuff that needs to get done. So I might tend to use a full box on those days because I need to capture a lot of more things that need to get done rather than on these other days where I don't actually have that much to do and therefore it is a lot simpler, like let's say on this Wednesday, that I just need to find one more box here and one more box there and that's 4 things to do. If I was to try to fit this in, it would be 7 things to do here and then I'd have at least 2 if not 3 of these quarter boxes or something similar. So then I'm giving myself 9 things to do, and I'm one of those people that I don't necessarily tick them off as I go, but I don't like to have them there and not be used. It just feels wasteful to have it set up that way. So what I'm going to do is try to remember what I did with my week and what I'm going to do on the weekend. But I think that I'm going to put a checkbox here because I remember seeing on our headers a to clean. Because I've got a lot of cleaning that I need to do, and if I don't do it this day, I'm going to do it on Saturday, or worst case scenario, I'm going to do it on Sunday. It didn't, but the kit does come with these plain washi strips, so I might put that there. I'll have something that I can mark there anyway. Then, let's see, this is also not straight. I need stickers that are repositionable. I know there's a few sticker stores that still just use like a glossy non-removable sticker, and although they do look fabulous, they're very glossy and they do look really nice. I need to be able to reposition because I am terrible at the best of times sticking something straight. But then also if I've got like, if I write something incorrectly or I want to change something out, I like to have that freedom too. So now I'm going to just go in and fill up some space where I know I can fill up some space. Yeah. So I was thinking of adding green here, but then that's too much green. So I'm just going to go purple. so you don't get to those. Now, what I might do is, we get 4 of these, so I might go in and grab these while I've got space around, because I do like using these ones. So, might go maroon, purple. What I tend to do with this kind of stuff is, if there's only 4 across the whole entire set, I'll put 2 on this page and then split it up and put 2 on this page, just because otherwise you are not kind of spreading it evenly, according to my eye at least. And then I'll get another quarter box and I'll get a purple. I'll pop that there. Okay, so I need something chunky to put in here, something to put in there. Let's go maroon. Cool, so I've planned out Thursday, Friday's done, Sunday's done. I just need this for Saturday, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday still needs some love, and the sidebar. So this one could use some pink. This doesn't have a full box, so I think I'll do a big pink full box here. And then I'm going to do a green washi strip there. Purple maroon here with a don't forget sticker here. I'm contemplating pulling another checklist here because I don't know what I'm doing on Saturday. So that's another kind of rhyme or reason to do checkboxes, in my opinion, is if you don't know what you've got planned but you don't have a lot of space left, I could either put like 4 more of these, which would give me 5, or put the checkbox and then I can convert it into like another cleaning list if I don't get that done, or I can just split it up a little bit. So I might put a green checkbox there. And I've dropped it a bit lower because this one here was up higher. So I just wanted that little bit of distinction between the two. And I'm going to put a to-do label on this one because I don't have one here already. And pop it straight if I can on that line. I've got one more decorative piece that I can chuck there. Cool. So that part's all done. So I just have Monday to do and the sidebar to do. I've already done this. It needs pink. What I might do actually is I've got another full box. Yeah, I think I might do that. So let's pop these down because I don't think I'll be using them. Pop that there. So, although I don't like having matchy things, sometimes it can't be helped. So for example, I've got a to-do and I have a bills, but it really can't be helped. I don't have room to change it up, so this is just going to have to be how it is. Then I will use some of this to split it up. I've got a bit of everything on this page already, but I might stick with maroon because the Brisbane Lions are maroon and, yes, you'd say gold. I wouldn't necessarily say yellow. You could. You wouldn't necessarily be wrong. Okay, so I always do 2, one's for skincare, one's for gym. I also write the gym on the day of the week, but if I don't get if I don't have space there because of pre-planning, then I just mark it on the checkbox here. I have the full box. I like to mark dinners. I do believe that there is a header for dinner. You're probably going to see it before I do. We've got meals. big 4 box can go there. Why not? Let's use it up. It's the benefit of watching these type of videos, at least I found, just watching other people and what their styles are. Some things I wouldn't do if it wasn't for watching other people. Other things I have just found myself over the time that I've been doing it. But finding some whitespace planners really gave me a love of going, oh, there's another way of doing it. Great. As I said, I've been doing Erin Condren planning and planning with stickers for 8 years now, probably 9 years if I incorporate my happy planner. And sometimes I love it. Sometimes I've got to go back and get back into it. It's all done now. I'll go back in and fill out the specific things that have happened so far this week and fill in what happens over the weekend. But thanks so much guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We do lots of fun things here on this channel. Planning our weeks is just one thing, and then lots of crafty things as well. And I hope you guys are liking the material so far. So thanks guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.